researching schools in Nashville, and then once I found it, I was talking to my voice coach in Florida about it, and he actually is a graduate from here. I didn't know that, so then he encouraged me to come here. I like I think the city. It's really cool because there's so many places to perform, and even outside of just like the campus, like down on Broadway and on like the north side of Demunbury, and it's just a really cool town. It's so different than the town that I came from. I always had like the little girl dreams of like, you know, standing in front of a mirror with your hairbrush, like rocking out to Britney Spears. But I never legitimately thought that I could sing until the 8th grade. These 2 girls in my class came up to me and they were like, "Hey, oh my god, we want to sing at Christmas Chapel. Do you want to do it with us?" And I was like, "You guys, you know, like glass breaks when I sing. It's not going to be pretty. We don't want to do that." And so then they forced me to sing. And they were like, "Oh my god, you're good. Like, you can actually do this." And so I think that's when I started to like legitimize my dream. Didn't wanna listen. Like, we came here on a trip in April of 2009. So like I met with the label and like BMI and ASCAP and CZAC and all those. And then the guy at the label told my parents, he was like, "The only way you're ever gonna make it is if you're here." And so then we packed up in October 19th, 2009. I think it leans more toward pop country, but I hate the term pop country, so I'm really hesitant to say that. But I've heard that if Miranda Lambert and Hillary Scott of Lady Antebellum got together and like somehow had a child, that's what I sound like. So I think obviously like my own life, like I think every songwriter really just kind of writes about what happens to them because it's just like so near and dear to their heart. But more than anything, I write about my sister a lot. I have 5 songs that I've written like specifically for her, and like her ex-boyfriends and current boyfriends and stuff like that. So she's like a really big inspiration for me and stuff because she's older, and I think she just has a lot more life experience than I do, and so I can learn things from her, and like writing things for her, I can kind of get a feel for what I'm gonna go through and stuff like that. Think I'd let that slip. It's probably this one that I wrote for her, and it's called Travis's song. It's actually the first one I wrote that has parentheses in the name, so I'm really excited about that. It's called Don't Come Back, and then Travis's song. And her boyfriend broke up with her, and he's a model too, and he left to like go to China for 3 months, and so he just like, you know, just like cut it off, but not in a good way. And so I was really angry for her, and so I called her on the phone and I was like, you know, what are some things that he told you while y'all were dating that he wouldn't want other people to know? And she kind of just like went off on this whole spiel, and so I turned all those things into a song about stuff that he would be embarrassed about. I think just the fact that like it just plain doesn't sound like other stuff that's out there. I think people really get in the habit of hearing what's on the radio today and trying to emulate that, but people don't understand that they're not looking for the same thing that's already there. So I feel like I've somehow found a niche that's, you know, it's not Carrie Underwood, it's not Miranda Lambert, it's not Taylor Swift or any of those. I kind of took my favorite parts of each of those people and the parts about them that inspire me and kind of put them into a big melting pot and mixed it all together. One of my favorite bands is The Smiths, and not a lot of people know who that is, but they're really great. And then I'm a really big Band of Horses fan, and Mumford & Sons, I'm obsessed. I know every single word to every single song. And I like the Rolling Stones, just like stuff like that. I'm really into like classic rock and 60s and 70s music. I like Jackson Browne, Billy Joel, Elton John. So I've always wanted to perform a song with Alan Jackson because he's one of my favorites, and I should have picked one of his songs. And then probably to perform a song with Jackson Browne, and then, you know, there's a lot of things that would be cool to do, but most likely I just want to, you know, be able to do this forever. You know, make a living doing it. I don't necessarily have to be like famous, but that stuff is like running through my veins, and I probably was most likely drinking it every time I wrote one of the songs on there. And I don't know, it's just like really smooth, and I've heard that my music is really smooth, so